Oh, hi, I'm Jeff. I'm a teaching artist at the Jewish Museum. I'm also a storyteller and an illustrator. I've been reading through some of my old superhero comics. I'm trying to get ideas about heroes. Why? Because Hanukkah is almost here, and I have a very special friend who wants to learn more about the heroes of Hanukkah. Let's meet her. Oh, there you are, Menorah. Hi. Wait, you look a little sad. Why?
I want to do a good job this Hanukkah, but I'm nervous.
About what?
I need to learn more about the Hanukkah story.
Don't worry, I can help you with a little help from my friends here.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Stick around. We'll show you what Hanukkah's about. I've decided that I'm going to draw my own comic as a gift from my friend the Menorah. The comic will teach her all about the heroes of Hanukkah and, well, maybe she'll get inspired to be a hero of her own. Now, here's the thing. I need to learn more about the heroes of Hanukkah myself. I'm thinking about the Maccabees. Let's take a look at some of the old Hanukkah lamps in the Jewish Museum, and maybe we can get inspired. Heroes are represented on many Hanukkah lamps in the Jewish Museum collection. On this Hanukkah lamp, the person is the biblical heroine Judith, known for her courage and her brains. And this is Judah Maccabee, who with his followers defeated an army and restored the Second Temple. It was there that one night of oil miraculously lasted 8 nights. And of course, we celebrate that miracle through Hanukkah. I think I'd like to draw Judah Maccabee as the main figure in my comic about Hanukkah. I have an idea of what I want him to look like, so I'm going to sketch it out now. I'm going to sketch it lightly at first. I know that I want him to look brave and strong and determined. All right, that's Judah Maccabee. It's going to look really cool in this comic, but I'm having trouble. I know that I want him to look like this, but I also want to draw him in a really heroic, brave pose, and I'm not sure what that pose should look like. I found a heroic-looking pose on a Hanukkah lamp in the Jewish Museum collection, but what is this? Well, I did a little research, and I realized that this Hanukkah lamp is inspired by popular culture. There's a wrestler named Hulk Hogan. He's really famous and was a champion wrestler. And he was so famous that they turned him into an action figure. In the 1980s, you could buy a toy action figure of Hulk Hogan, and that action figure became the shape that is on this Hanukkah lamp. Talk about a unique Hanukkah lamp and really good inspiration for a heroic pose. Wait, this gives me an idea. I have a way that I can figure out how I want Judah Maccabee to be posing in my comic. How about you pose while I sketch you? All you need to do is be still for a few seconds while I do some sketching. You can show me how a hero should pose. You could pose like this, or like this, or like this. However you think a hero should look. You up for it? You think you can stay still? All right. If you can do that, I'm going to go and get my marker and paper. I'll be right back. All right, here I am. Ooh, that's a good pose. I'm drawing as fast as I can. There are a lot of you out there, but I'm trying to do this. Just a little bit longer. This is really fun. And stop. All right, I think I drew all of you. Wow, thanks for doing that. I'm so inspired. I see so many great ways that you can pose as a hero. I think you're in there somewhere. Just check it out. I see so many great strong poses. Arms on the hips, arms out, legs strong, legs bending. But I think the pose that I like the best for Judah Maccabee is going to be the one with the arm up and one arm down. Yes, you. I guess you're excited. Yes, it's your pose that I'm going to draw. All right, this is great. Now I'm really getting inspired. I actually was looking in the Jewish Museum the other day and I found some paintings that really inspired me about poses too. Let's take a look at those. In this artwork by the artist Deborah Cass, I love the pose in this great baseball pitcher named Sandy Koufax. He was a really famous pitcher, and he was one of the star athletes on the Brooklyn and Los Angeles Dodgers. He was Jewish, and he was known for not pitching on Jewish holidays. He became a hero to many people. I love the poses in this artwork by the artist Larry Rivers. These are the Maccabees rebuilding the Second Temple. Look at the strong action poses that the artist has depicted. Real heroes. After I saw this drawing in the museum collection, I thought, wait, maybe an animal could be a hero, or at least represent heroic characteristics. Perhaps this lion could symbolize bravery, courage, and strength, those things that we love in a hero. Well, now I'm inspired to draw a lion. Should we draw a lion together? I think that's a great idea. Get some paper, get something to draw with, and meet me at my drawing board. All right, let's go. Come on. Whenever I draw an animal, I start to think about the shapes that might make up the face or the body. It helps me figure out how to draw it. So for example, with this lion, I'm starting with a rectangle and then a few different triangles. Triangle for the chin, the hairline, and the nose. Then I use ovals for the eyes, circles for the ears. And then once I feel like everything is in the right place, I can add more details. Of course, the main feature of a lion is going to be the mane. So I love drawing the mane coming around the ears and down the side of the lion's head on both sides. I always start with a pencil. Sometimes I like to draw over the pencil with a marker to make the lines a little darker. So I'm tracing over. It allows me to also add a little more detail, like whiskers, a little shading. And there it is, the lion, starting with shapes. Rectangle, triangles, circles, ovals. They all become a lion. I'm so inspired. Now I know how to draw heroic poses. I know how to draw animals as heroes. And I know all about the story of Hanukkah. I'm ready to draw my Hanukkah comic as my gift to the special menorah. You want to come with me? Let's draw it together. Maybe you can make a comic of your own. Come on. I'm really excited to make this Hanukkah Heroes comic for my friend the menorah. Whenever I draw a comic, I think about the panels. Those are the rectangles or squares or sometimes circles that make up the parts of the comic. I make sure they're really neat. I use a ruler to draw them. Make sure there's white space around the outside and in between. And I also like to make sure that they're different sizes so the comic is really interesting to look at. Then I start penciling in the action. I'm drawing lightly with a pencil to draw Judah Maccabee and his heroic pose. I'm also adding words. I always try to write the words very neatly also. You want people to be able to read them. I like to use all capital letters because I think they're easy to read. And as I ink and trace over the pencil lines, well, it turns out I'm not that perfect. Sometimes I make a mistake, like here with the letters. I have to add a little bit of white correction fluid on top, and then I'll let it dry, and I'll be able to rewrite the words again. You know, you're not always perfect when you're drawing, but things are fixable, and it turns out if you keep trying, you can make a really great comic. Adding more and more detail with the pen. Sometimes I use a thicker pen and then a thinner one. I kind of go back and forth. And when everything is the way I want it, I use an eraser. I take a big eraser and I erase all of the pencil lines underneath. I want to make sure that it's just the ink pen that is staying and the pencil is all gone. I think I've got a really nice drawing here. It's Judah Maccabee and a lion, an eagle, and a bear. And then it tells a story about the oil miraculously lasting for 8 nights instead of 1. And then I have a family at the bottom who is lighting their own menorah. I love this so much. I think I'm going to add some color. I've got these watercolor paints. Instead of colored pencil or marker, I'm going to treat this as a special comic and add some paint with the watercolors. I think it's going to really bring out the story and make something that I can be, turn into something that I can be really proud of. There it is, Judah Maccabee in his hero's pose. Thank you for helping me to figure out how to do that. And now I have a story that I can share with my friend, the menorah, and hopefully she'll understand the Hanukkah story a lot better. I drew a lion, an eagle, and a bear because I read this quote that Judah Maccabee was stronger than lions, lighter than eagles, and faster than bears. And then, of course, I wanted to draw the oil that miraculously lasted 8 nights instead of 1, and then a family celebrating Hanukkah today, lighting the menorah and being all together. What would you draw if you were to make a comic about Hanukkah? That was so much fun. Let's ask my friend the menorah if she likes our comic. Menorah, what do you think? Oh, there you are, menorah. Wait a second, something's different. Why are you wearing a cape?
I know so much about Hanukkah. I feel like a real Hanukkah hero. Happy Hanukkah, everyone! Yay!
Wow, I hope she comes back for the first night of Hanukkah. She's got a big job to do. I'm sure she will. I've been thinking a lot about Hanukkah and Hanukkah heroes, and I've been thinking, maybe you are a Hanukkah hero too. Maybe if you are continuing the tradition and lighting those candles on each of those 8 nights, well, you are part of this big Hanukkah hero story. I want to wish you and your family a very happy Hanukkah. I've had fun drawing comics with you, drawing a lion with you, and well, I hope to see you soon.
Did I just see a flying menorah?
Yep,